Absolutely every male self-development channel delves into the topic of relationships in one way or another, and this is absolutely logical, because many guys are trying to improve themselves, whether mentally or physically, so that they can enter the dating market and find a girl. I believe that most of the tips on YouTube are already frankly outdated. Videos like 5 ways to fall in love with a girl or how to respond to her messages correctly are almost always empty information, and it is made only to gain more views. You don't need to be a great scientist just to chat with girls, and you don't need to be a top G to have a relationship. Just be an adequate guy who takes care of himself, has ambitions, and gives some value to people. This video will probably contradict many of the tips that you've probably already heard on YouTube, but applying exactly what I'm going to say, in the near future, you will literally suffer from the number of girls that you have. Any explicit content you watch is a poison that destroys your brain. Besides giving you false expectations about women and draining your dopamine system, it's just not fair to yourself and to the girls you'll be dating in the future. If guys were not addicted to such things, then most would have no problems finding a girl. However, this habit solves their motivation and does not allow them to build relationships or engage in self-development. Now, another very important factor when it comes to relationships with girls is experience. I'm sure that in every school there was that tough guy who often fought. He could have had several fights, and probably they lasted no more than 10 or 15 minutes. And now imagine that you have signed up for the boxing section. The total number of minutes now, even for a week, will be more. In a week, you will get more combat experience than this cool kid in all his school years. And what am I doing all this for? With purposeful practice, even if you have never gone on a date before, you can easily catch up in the shortest possible time. The experience is really irreplaceable, which is why I consider watching these videos about relationships a waste of time. The main idea that I want to convey to you is that the best way to succeed in a relationship is to immediately start going to meetings. Subconsciously and consciously, you will gather so much information and experience that as a result, you will become better versed in this topic. But now you will probably face a new problem. You ask, okay, it really is, experience is important, but how do I get these 10 dates? I can't even find a single girl to meet her. And so we move on to the next step. I often hear a lot of advice like sign up for yoga classes or go to the gym just to meet women there, and I think this is absolutely the wrong approach. Joining classes just to get to know girls reeks of desperation, and people will figure out pretty quickly why you're actually there. Don't be that creepy guy who joins a hobby just to attract girls. Of course, live dating is still a good way to start a conversation, but in the age of technology, you should start using dating apps and social networks. They are different in every country, and you know them very well. Despite the discontent of many men, they work great if you make an effort. Here is a table that shows how couples met in 1995 year compared to 2017. Most people are now getting acquainted online, and it was in the 2017. Now this number has increased significantly. If you don't use dating apps or social networks, you're way behind the game. So, to put it all together, I'm going to announce 3 main steps that are not simple and certainly have many subpoints, but they will be a great opera point of your success among women. Get yourself cleaned up. You don't need to be a male model to get a girlfriend. Take a walk on the street and you will see a lot of ordinary guys with girls. At least start exercising, get a haircut regularly, take care of your skin, and there are a ton of videos on YouTube on this topic. Create an attractive dating profile in the app or social network. Take some beautiful photos, design your profile beautifully, try to attract attention, and be different from other dating profiles. Attention in the dating market is a key currency that you need to own. Go on as many dates as you can. Most of all, you need experience. Go on a date with low expectations and just be yourself. I don't think you want a girl to take you for someone you are not. If you are a big fan of anime or a nerd, let it be better known. It's much easier to filter people this way. Despite the fact that all these are not easy steps, each of which requires a lot of time and purposeful efforts, I promise that if you work hard on this, You will be able to easily find a girlfriend and you will no longer have to watch such videos. And finally, I would like to talk about the mental block that you may encounter. It is the desire to perfect every aspect of your life before entering into any relationship. Some guys say they'll start dating when they get into the right shape. They say they need a higher income, and when they get this income, they find another excuse to postpone. As long as you are self-improving, there is nothing wrong with entering the dating market. Understand, you don't have to be a finished product to pay attention to someone. If you have just started your path of self-improvement, you can also declare yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.